All right, I'm here to demonstrate how the Heathkit high power supply, regulated high power supply model IP-2717-A, how it functions. And I'm not an electrical technician. I really don't know what I'm doing, but I did a trial run a second ago and I didn't get electrocuted, so I think everything's going to be okay. So I've got a Fluke digital voltometer with the dial set to 600 volts, and it's on the DC selection there, so it's reading out DC voltage. And I'm gonna put the probes on the terminals here and just show you how it works. So here's the power switch. Turn that on. It lights up. I've got it on standby, so there's no voltage supposedly coming out now. So I'll put the black lead on the ground. I'll put the white one on this one, and it shows 0. I've got the meter switched to the left, so you can see you can switch it to the right, which I'm assuming makes everything on the B plus voltage work. You do it on the left, it's the C minus. So we're showing 0 on the built-in analog gauge. We're showing 0 on the Fluke. So now we'll turn it, and I've got this dial all the way counterclockwise. So we'll flip this to DC on. So now we're live, I guess. We're still all the way pegged out on counterclockwise, so nothing's happening. This one is supposed to be 0 to 100 volts at 1 milliamp. So we can adjust the dial, start cranking it up, and so I guess we're reading the black instead of the red. So I've got it cranked up about it seems like it's a quarter of the way. We're reading 13 volts on the digital, and we've got, I don't know, it may be 15 or something on the analog one. So let me try to get it. Okay, so it's reading pretty close to 50 on the analog. We got 48 on the digital. And the dial's it's definitely past halfway. It's about this clocking right here. So we'll go ahead and crank it up to 100 on the analog. That's about right on 100 on the analog, and we're reading 97 on the digital. So let's just go ahead and peg it out, crank it all the way over, and see how high it'll go. It shows about 126 or 127 or something on the analog, and we're at 124 on the digital. So that's the C negative, 0 to 100. All right, so we'll crank that all the way back down, put it back on standby, flip the voltmeter over to the B positive side. I'm gonna put the black on black and red on red. Put those in there. Okay, one thing I've noticed, I'm supposed to be on standby, but I'm showing, well, I guess it's dropping. Maybe there's some kind of capacitor that's discharging or something. I don't, like I said, I'm not an expert on these. I don't really know what the deal is. Okay, so it basically went down to 0. So it's on standby. If I flip it on, it bumped a little bit. We're hovering around 3 or 4, and this is all the way on the negative, on the counterclockwise position on this potentiometer. This B positive output is supposed to be 0 to 400 volts at 100 milliamp. Continuous 125 milliamp maximum. Okay, so we're showing 0 on the analog. Let's crank it up to I guess we'll be reading the red dial on the analog gauge now. So we'll do it halfway to 100, so we'll try to get it on 50. So that looks dead on 50 on the analog. We're showing 48 on the digital. I'll go to 100. All right, 100 on the, oh wow. That one is right on, both of them. 100 on digital, 100 on analog, and that's like straight up in the 12 o'clock position on the potentiometer. Okay, then go to 150, and that looks like it's dead on, 150 on the digital. Go to 200, and that's right on. So that's at like 2 o'clock on the potentiometer. We'll go to 250. Yeah, so this one is really tracking pretty good. So we'll go to 300, and that's showing 298 on the digital, and it looks like it's right on. Well, it might be a little bit off. I could crank it just a little bit more. So that looks like it's there you go. It's really close. All right, so we'll go to 350, and that shows 348 on the digital, and then I'll just peg it out. Let's see, so that's all the way as far as the potentiometer will go. It's showing almost 400 on the analog, and it's showing a 394 on the digital. So other than that, I don't know what else to test. I don't know what these terminals over here do. So I can't test them. And I don't know, I guess these show that these are all connected, so maybe this one, yeah, I don't really know how it works, but I know that this gets the voltage that your dial is set to. So I don't understand what all the other terminals are. But anyway, that's a test. Thank you.